Hello, so this is Seek Etyliv or Etyliv? Etyliv? Alright, so this is demo day 17. Um I played the older version of this, the like bigger roguelike thing, but it's not kept up too much with what's happened since then. So can arrow keys, I can go to the dots, and that gives me side points. Let's just keep doing that. Alright, so this is tutorialization. This is probably a lot, or already this is a lot easier to understand than the other game was. And I can move the crossbones guys, but I'm not sure why they disappeared and why I want to make these tombstones disappear. But I can keep doing it. That's not a problem. Alright, now we've got a Skeleman. It looks like Skeleman dot dot Skeleman XX. Presumably that means if I go there, he's gonna hurt me and kill me. He doesn't kill me, he just pushes me away. And then you kill him and then you get rid of his thing. Okay, so that's why you want to get rid of the tombstones. It's just clearing out the level. Okay. Looks like I'm halfway through of this stage or this set of levels or whatever. So the problem here is that I'm in his view from the start, and if I stay here, he's gonna kill me. So I gotta get out of his view and then wait for him to fall asleep. What? So I thought I had to kill him that time, but I didn't have to kill him, unlike every other puzzle. A little confusing, but whatever. I can space to look at them, and I just did that a bunch, and that counted as progress. For some reason, the fact that the progress, what counts as progress, changes between each level makes it harder to understand them. If there were some way of saying, looking at the guy would help me kill the guy, and then I would do that through the tutorial, and then that tutorial could just teach me how to kill a guy that has this thing in his hand. That would be a lot easier to understand because it's already building on this knowledge that you have to clear the level somehow. Alright, so Act 1. Those were the last words I heard before getting ... pushed into this hole. I am a man, and I have a body like the other one, so that means I can pick up swords and shields and whatever else. And I can go downstairs just like in the older game. Alright. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't my fault. Okay, something happened there, but I don't understand it, and maybe that's intentional. This dungeon is called Karanos. Prison of Thieves. Oh, is this supposed to be sort of a loading screen? Yeah, whatever. Alright, so I gotta kill this guy the same way I killed every other guy. No, he just wants to say hello. Or that's just an animation to show me that they can awake. So it looks like there was an older tutorial that was built into the game, and then you pulled a new tutorial out. So that moment is not surprising to me at all because I already played the tutorial. So it's not really a good narrative moment. Oh, I have to push him, and then if I push him... Huh. Are his rules different, or am I just... Okay, yeah. So I have to push him against the side for him to die. Okay. Killed to survive, much like I did in my former life. Okay, so these are, what level I'm on. So, unlike in the tutorial, which will just straight up tell you which level this is, it's sort of built into the in-between transition phase, which doesn't make very much sense. I'd much rather that as you actually play the game, these filled out over time. Alright, got a sword. Thief. Out of all the trades I jacked, Got caught for the most petty crime. And looks like I can destroy tombstones. I don't know how that's different from pushing them to the side. And Etyliv is well believed to be sorceress of hope. Folktale spread amongst the young. Alright, so this looks like an actual puzzle because as far as I know, these guys have sort of 9 squares of range each. So if I go down, then I'm out of view of the left one, but in view of the right one. If I go to the left, I am still in view of at least one of them. So let's just do one of those and see what happens. Okay, so the guy to the left does not see me, but the guy below me does see me. This guy fell asleep, so I can sneak up on him. Could I sneak up on him, or was I just lucky there? Well, no matter, I beat it anyway, so. You would never believe me if I said how many years I was trapped inside. Alright, I don't have a sword. I did not learn what swords do to dudes, so. If that was supposed to be a teaching moment, I did not learn. But what do I do here? That kills me. What happens if I just keep failing? Is this just supposed to... Is this intended just to give me a different view of the same puzzle? Were those the same puzzles just mirrored and I didn't look close enough to notice? Yes, they're just rotated. So this is always the same puzzle, you're just moving it around, so I get sort of a fresh perspective. Not too hard. These 4 walls are an illusion. Do you think it makes sense? Not particularly. Especially because sometimes the way to win is to go downstairs and sometimes it's to clear the level. Alright, so what can I do here? The guy to the right of me already knows I'm here. Window capture was busted. Woo! Let me fix that. Yeah, so game capture works, window capture does not, even though game capture didn't work when I first tried it. Hopefully my talking was close enough to what was actually happening that you could understand the older part of the video, but I'll try to leave an annotation to the point where I actually switched over to a real game capture so you can actually see what's going on. On the off chance that you did skip through, my big thing was that there's a secret objective for every level, and especially during the tutorial, you changed the secret objective without telling me that the objective was changed. So it was sort of just a confusing experience for me to try to do something that I don't know what I need to do, and that it changes in between levels, so I can't take my previous knowledge and pass it on to the newer levels. That, and looked like there was some kind of tutorialization in the like main story that I guess already happened in the actual tutorial, but I'm sure you know about that, and then you can fix that eventually. So far, the puzzles themselves haven't been that hard, so I guess you could say this is a good learning curve, especially because you're giving me sort of new experiences with the same sort of elements. This I don't know what to do about. They're all the same. If I stand in between them, when they attack me, I move. So if I stand in between, do they just kill me immediately, or what happens? So only the one that can attack me attacks me. If I go up here, they push me into the walls, and that kills me just like if anything else killed me. If I hit to the side, that guy falls asleep. And they push me into the other guys, and that kills them. Okay. If I push up, then the guy to the right will push me, and then I can just make him fall asleep. Yep. Suffered a year of agonizing pain. I stared at each corner daily for clues. This is the same puzzle, just repeated. Oh, no, it's not. I have to get this guy to go to sleep. It's mostly the same puzzle. I didn't feel like I learned anything new by playing it. Patterns appeared every now and then. Okay, I see what you're saying. So that's supposed to be a teaching moment that I'm supposed to take lessons from earlier steps and then bring them forward. But it's a puzzle game. I know that's going to happen anyway. I don't necessarily need to learn that. The doses, however, were never enough. Alright. If I push him down, he's going to get a sword, and I probably don't want him having a sword. Yeah, he picks up the sword, and he kills me with it. So the sword basically kills me immediately, otherwise I have to be on the side of the walls. Okay. I have to push him into the sword, and then wait for him to fall asleep so I can... If he has the sword, he could kill me without me pushing into him first, so he gets priority. Okay. I can get my own sword, and then presumably that means I can sneak attack him. Yep. If we both have swords, it looks like there wasn't an animation associated with it, which there should be, but if we both have swords, they cancel each other out, and then we both lose our sword. Okay. Does gamepad work? Yep, gamepad works. Just use that for now. It's the D-pad, but not the analog stick, but I'm sure you could add the analog stick eventually on your own time. Oh, he has a sword. Okay. Do I have to do something like this to get him to lose his sword? Yep. A button doesn't work, just the D-pad. So I can't actually skip the dialogues. Okay. I just lost my sword. Do I need that? I think I might need the sword because I can't do the walk up to them from the side thing. Yeah. Oops, did it again. Kill me. Is there a reset button? That's fun. Oh, that's just what I was hitting the walls and then, okay. Yeah, so as far as I can tell, there's no reset option or a pause menu or anything like that, which would be nice to have. I want the sword. Yep. And if he attacks me while I have the sword, I have priority on him too. Okay. It was over in nearly an instant. Like in this moment, we'll be gone soon enough. Okay, so the guy below me has a sword. I find it odd that you need the right paper doll to communicate, hey, this guy has a sword, this guy doesn't have a sword. Like, I feel with a slightly different art style, you could communicate that in the game and not sort of rely on this sort of crutch. But that would also mean changing your assets and your art, and I don't know if you want to do that. How do I resolve the puzzle? Pretty sure I need the tombstone to actually kill the guy below me. But I stand there. Okay, so this is the first puzzle there. I'm a little confused. Because I can push the tombstone into the guy, but then I get stabbed. That guy kills me because he has the sword. Alright, so what sequence of moves do I have? Because this level is small enough that I can just map it out in my head. I can go up, I can go left, I can make them fall asleep. I can move the tombstone, but if I move up, I get killed. If I move too far to the right, I get slashed. If I move the tombstone, does that change anything? No, he doesn't behave any differently if the tombstone is there. If he's asleep and I get pushed back, does that... No, that doesn't help. Or does it? Okay. What did I do differently there, and why did that not work last time? It's because I stood there while he was asleep, and he doesn't wake up if I walk in a straight line. Alright, fair enough. Now I just have to sneak up on this guy. Alright. Couldn't trick myself that I didn't want her. Etyliv became a concept of nymphs. Nymphs. Hard word to say. There's only one sword, and if they wake up, do they go for the sword, or do they just stand there? Oops. So I can do this to kill one of them. But then if I move anywhere else, they kill me immediately. Okay. Alright. So I can just kill these with the make them fall asleep strat. I knew it when I met the finest nymph. I named her Flora. Are there nymphs supposed to be in the dungeon that I just haven't interacted with yet? Alright. Skeleman. Very slow Skeleman. Okay, so that was an introduction of a new boss. Or a new item. Or just a new guy. What's different about him? He can lose his brain. And he does not fall asleep. If I take his brain, he dies. Okay. Right there and then my life resurfaced. So, there's this narrative of meeting this nymph. But there's no way to meet a nymph in the game. So, I'm left wondering, when did he meet this nymph? And why am I not there as the player at that point in time? Alright, dead. Laura kept her distance, smiling, and appeared only every once in a while. Still haven't seen her. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. The zombie guys will chase me, so I can't do my strat of making the other guy fall asleep. But I can if I just have a little bit of patience. Alright. She resummoned my strength with hope. Ask of me later for that story in depth. I'm about halfway through the puzzles. Alright. This puzzle looks very similar to the last one. How is it different? Oops. The zombie does not chase me. Does the zombie only chase me if I'm at a straight line to where he is? Yes. Okay, okay. So that means that you just move the zombie over one tile. Okay. So first this guy has to fall asleep, and I have to trick the zombie into chasing me, and then I can kick his brain out and then kill him. Then I can sneak up on this guy. Alright. You know, it's hard to explain. I thought that I'd never see you again. Alright, 3 zombones. This presents issues because I need someplace to kick the brain to. If I get the rules. Somebody else can pick up the brain. Okay, okay. Don't remember much of second year. I guess it all just got stale. Alright, Zombo Brain. Rip. Okay. How do I resolve it? I think I might just be stuck. I can kick him into a pit, but I need him to sort of see me first. Okay, tough puzzle. What can I do? Get rid of that preemptively, but that doesn't help. Okay, so I can push the brain to the side. Okay. Important parts tend to be in summer. And that one was a pure gold. So what I'll say about the puzzle so far is that I don't necessarily have to know how the puzzles work in words in order to understand how to use the mechanics, which I think is sort of just interesting on a brain level. Like, I'm not really sure how I'm doing it. So like, for example, if you play The Witness, part of understanding how those puzzles work without ever using words is that the mechanics have sort of easy algorithmic descriptions, whereas here it's kind of geometric and hard to put into words, if that makes sense. And of course, it's not something you necessarily need to like worry about as the person making the game, but I think it's interesting. How do I get behind this guy to get rid of his brain? Huh. There you go. I also think, especially because the sort of levels are so small, that I'm getting away with not necessarily understanding some of these puzzles because there are only so many options I can take at any given time. Alright. Rip, sword. I need the sword to kill him, it looks like. Yeah. So how do I get the sword? I had the sword and he still killed me because he's a... Oh, because he's a brain zombie. Huh. I need to leave. I didn't kill the zombie and I still beat the level, and I don't understand why, because I've had to kill the zombie every other time. Yeah, this victory condition stuff just I don't get. Only in a poem I can express how it was. The mood of it is of pure joy. I will recite it once the story is done. Alright, so now we have a bunch of items. And we've only ever experienced the sword so far, so I don't know what the rest of this stuff does. Can I look at it? Nope. I can just pick it up. Was that a... Thanks for testing. Self-destructing now? Yep, it did. So what did I think? So it was definitely the most interesting demo that I've played so far. I mean, Kieran's game was also kind of interesting, but I couldn't actually play it. So this is the first real demo that I haven't experienced that I've tried so far. And it's definitely interesting. Like, I would purchase this game just knowing what I've seen so far, because I just enjoy puzzle games like this. There were a few issues where you sort of changed the mechanics under my feet, especially with the victory conditions and something else. And I already pointed out the thing where I think the weapons could just be shown on the characters. And I think those are the two only real nitpicks that I have. This is already a good game, so great job. Stop recording button didn't work.